In this video, we're diving into something that's got many of you biting your nails, refreshing your inboxes, and dreaming about kangaroos: the Australia PR invitation timeline. Now, if you're already in the PR game, you know what I'm talking about. That strange, mysterious phase where you've lodged your expression of interest, or EOI, and you're just waiting, wondering, praying to the Department of Home Affairs like it's some kind of moody wizard who grants points-based wishes. Let's break it down. We'll talk about how the process works, what affects your waiting time, and what you can actually do while you wait, besides spiraling into a YouTube binge and checking SkillSelect like it's your job. Okay, let's start with the basics. So, you've submitted your EOI, expression of interest, through SkillSelect. That's Australia's online system where you throw your hat in the ring and say, "Hey, I'm qualified, skilled, and very ready to move down under. Please notice me." Submitting your EOI is not the same as applying for a visa. It's like RSVPing to a party and waiting for the host to send you a real invite. Until then, you're not on the guest list. How long does it take to get an invitation? And the classic, most unsatisfying answer is, it depends. That's the worst answer ever, but hang in there. I'll explain what it depends on, so you at least know what you're dealing with. The most important factor is your points. For Subclass 189 and Subclass 190 visas, Australia runs a points-based system. Think of it like a video game, but instead of killing monsters or collecting coins, you're earning points for your age, English skills, work experience, education, and a few other things. Now, generally speaking, the more points you have, the faster you'll get an invitation. If you're sitting pretty with 90+ points, you're in a good spot. But if you've got 65 or 70 points, you might be waiting a while. Or forever, depending on your occupation. Australia's Skilled Occupation List. And speaking of occupations, that's another biggie. Every year, Australia releases something called the Skilled Occupation List. This list has all the jobs they desperately need: engineers, nurses, IT folks, tradies, chefs, teachers, you name it. But not all occupations are treated equally. Some are hot. Some are, well, lukewarm. If your job is in high demand, like software engineering or nursing, your timeline is likely to be shorter. If your occupation is more niche or oversaturated, say something like accounting or civil engineering, then even with high points, you could be waiting longer than it takes to binge-watch every season of MasterChef Australia. Australia PR invitation rounds. The government doesn't send out invitations every day. It's not like they're sitting there with a giant invite button going, "Oh, look, another EOI came in. Let's click it." No. They hold formal invitation rounds usually once a month, although they've been known to skip a month or do unexpected rounds, like a surprise party you didn't ask for. These invitation rounds are when the Department of Home Affairs picks the highest-scoring EOIs and sends them an official invitation to apply for the visa. And here's the kicker. You don't get told exactly when your EOI will be picked. You can't track it like a pizza order. There's no "your invitation is in the oven" tracker. You're just in a big digital waiting room with thousands of other hopefuls. Australia PR invitation timeline. Now, let's look at some realistic timelines based on past trends. If you have, let's say, 85 to 90 points for a high-demand occupation, you might get invited within a few weeks to a couple of months. Lucky you. If you have 75 to 80 points, the wait could stretch to 6 months or more. And if you're below that, well, now's a great time to consider either boosting your score or growing a beard. One might finish faster than the other. But timelines have been all over the place. During the pandemic, things slowed down a lot. Fewer invitations were sent. Processing times went from reasonable to "is anyone even home at the immigration office?" Since then, they've picked up again, with a bit of a backlog still being cleared, but much better than during the lockdown days. Still, the process is a bit like dating someone who's bad at texting. Sometimes they reply in a week, sometimes it's a ghost town. You just have to live your life in the meantime. Let's say you do get invited. First of all, congrats. Second, the invitation itself gives you 60 days to submit your visa application. So don't snooze on it. That's your golden ticket. And once you apply, there's another round of waiting. But we'll save that story for another video. Ways to speed up the timeline. Now, let's talk about some ways to speed things up, or at least not go completely nuts while waiting. 1. Boost your points. If you're hovering at 65 or 70, see if you can get more. Maybe retake your English test and aim for superior English. Yes, I know. The IELTS is nobody's idea of fun. But if it bumps you up 10 points, it's worth it. It could mean the difference between a 6-month wait and a 2-year what even is life anymore phase. 2. State nomination. Look into Subclass 190 or 491 if you're open to moving to a particular state or regional area. Some states invite people at lower points because they have specific needs, like, hey, we really need a dentist in rural Queensland. If you're willing, that's a faster way in. 3. Keep your EOI updated. Got more work experience? Finished a qualification? Did better on a language test? Update that EOI. The system won't automatically update your points. You've got to do it yourself. It's like feeding a Tamagotchi, except your future depends on it. 4. Check state websites. Each state and territory has its own migration program, with criteria and timelines. Some even have fast-tracked processing if you meet certain conditions. Keep an eye on them like your ex's Instagram, but in a healthy, productive way. 5. Be patient, but prepared. Use the time to get your documents in order. Police checks, medicals, reference letters. Don't wait till the last minute. When that invitation comes in, you'll want to hit the ground running, not scramble around begging your old manager for a work reference they forgot how to write. Now, if you've been waiting a long time, like over a year with no sign of an invite, it might be time to reassess. Are your points too low? Is your occupation competitive? Can you switch strategies? There's no shame in pivoting. Migration is a game of persistence and flexibility. And while I know it's frustrating, trust me, I get DMs every day from people saying they feel like they're in limbo. You're not alone. The system is confusing, unpredictable, and kind of like a slot machine, but it's not impossible. One day you'll get that invitation and you'll be like, was it really this hard? Yes. Yes, it was. But you made it. Alright, that's it for this video. If this helped clear things up, or at least made the wait a little more bearable, hit that like button. Or don't. I won't be offended. Okay, I'll be slightly offended, but I'll get over it. If you've already submitted your EOI, drop your occupation and points in the comments. Let's all collectively cheer for each other, and maybe complain a bit too. It's part of the process. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully with better news and less waiting. Catch you later.